Welcome back to Ultramarines from scratch. And this is the total box, the finished product, the Age of Darkness, the box that started it all for me, all completed, all painted, and I am very bloody happy. I've had a fucking fantastic time painting this. It's been an absolute pleasure. Playing the game, learning the lore, but painting this has been a new and interesting challenge which I didn't really expect. It was spectacular. Just trying to get the old phone set up right here. So what have we got? We ended up, instead of going, we ended up with 20 tactical marines, 10 tactical marines, 10 special weapons, the Praetor with bits, a set of Terminators at the back with power chain fists, a set of Fulmentaris, a walking battleship, and the Spartan tank, which everyone knows it's just standard. I spent a little bit extra as I went through building this. So I got extra heads and helmets, and I bought the different shoulder pads and bits and pieces just to make it look a little less uniform. Because, like I said, the idea was Battle of Calth on the fields, in the mud, all broken up, all separated, just people patching together what they can to get to fight the word bearers and just turn that crap around until Guilliman decides to absolutely lose his bottle and threaten Lorgar and then go a little bit mad for a bit. But let's have a look at them. All right, we'll start off. I honestly, at this point, I don't know which was my original one I painted. I'm looking through all of them, and they all look about the same. So I'm just going to pick one random dude and drop him immediately. I won't choose him because he's got a radio pack. Just one random dude, this fella. All right, let's see if we can focus him up. I think he's come out all right. He's nice and dirty. He's got some subtle highlighting on the edges. His eyes are illuminated. Those brass balls all stand out. It's nice. It's clean. Well, it's clean lined. It's actually very neatly painted. But once I added the mud and the texture and the gloss finish to make it look wet, I've got to admit, it looks a bit plain. But for having them all like that. Pick another one. Oh. Yeah, I'm very happy with them. They look the piece. This one's obviously when I've started harder edge highlighting, so this must be a later one. But there, they're coming. I'm happy with them. They look great. I'm really happy with them. And when I get another Age of Darkness box set, I will be extending this 10-man squad to a 20. The power swords. I've been gushing about these since I figured out how to do them. There we go. I think that looks amazing. If I can focus the bloody thing. Yeah, it does look like lightnings. Yeah. No, it just doesn't want to focus. There he is. Yeah, then the plasma weapons. I'll get around to the actual doing like light washes, like the light generated from the coils splashing across the armor. Still haven't mastered that yet. Got to get some really light white ink for that. This chap, he came around amazing. Oh, I'm so happy with the Ultramarines, the Omega symbol belt buckle, the helmet, the forward back crest, which I've pretty much incorporated in all of my sergeants. It just looks better than left and right. My thinking is, if you were swinging your head and you had it forward and back like that, minimum stress on your neck. But if you had this big thing going across the shoulder ways and you swung your head left and right, the momentum would keep your neck going and snap your neck. Well, that's what I think. So I think this looks much better. Just got the long Gladius power sword from the Ultramarines upgrade pack. Shoulder pad from the Ultramarines upgrade pack. The Omega. Oh, I'm happy with him. He's only seen the table once and he got squitted by Salamander's Contemptor. I just love these. I reckon these are fucking amazing. Every time I pick one up, I think of Blaine from Predator. Time to bring some pain. Time to introduce them to all painless. Oh, it just looks so good. I like the little story. I've headcanon into it that this is a sergeant and a squad that's lost their sergeant. Sergeant that's lost his squad. No trust in between the lot of them, and they're just trying to troop through the invasion as they see fit. I'm really happy with these. Just stoked. Now, the dreadnought I've got a few issues with, if I'm honest. Now, the joint here was very hard to get even, so I just stitched up a bunch of bullet holes across the front. But when I do the next one, to avoid that, I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't get those straight. I've learned a little bit more tricks with white since this original head. So this head has a real lack of highlights and lowlights and definition. So the next one I build, I'll work on that a little different. And the actual shape of it, if you look at him like this, he's looking up. Guns are forward. So to my mind, his head been hit here, and it's knocking him back. So his body's going back and his arms are coming down, and that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like he's walking forward menacingly. It looks like, to my mind, he's staggering back after a head hit. But the double autocannons, the walk-in battleship look is excellent. I'm glad I got a second set of these. I think it looks great. Also, next one I'll be absolutely sure to put in footprints in the mud, because you don't get a 20-ton walking death machine, walking through mud without a trace. It's not Raven Guard. Okay, let's have a look at one of the big boys. Okay, now this thing, the Spartan. Not altogether happy with the build on this, to be honest. I was trying a few different techniques, and this was my first attempt at that line highlighting, hard edge highlighting, and it did not come up too well at all. I'll just bring it down here so I can see it better on the camera. Now, what I did is I sprayed the gold, undercoated it, and I sprayed the gold. And then I taped up, like pinstriping, this gold line. And then I taped off this area, and then I sprayed white, left the doors off. They went on different. Then I taped the white up, and then I taped up this other area and sprayed the silver. And then once the silver was done, I taped it up again and sprayed blue. It's just normal if I'm doing a normal tank. But a normal tank is not this peppered with layers. It has maybe two. So the tapes were, it fumbled the look. And the next one when I get the next box set or the next tank, I won't be doing it like this. The chipping is also equally amateurish. It doesn't look like chipping. It looks like someone spilt silver paint. Stitched bullet holes. The inside's done with enamel, but I've only just recently noticed that I've had some seepage, which I have to do, because you never open it. You absolutely never open it, because it's there, it's open, they charge. You don't open these doors either. But I looked up some blast marks of what happens to ablative armor if it just hits straight in the side. I think it's ablative, and it just looks like a pock mark, like a pursed pimple. So I had a crack at that, and it doesn't thrill me. It looks exactly like a popped pimple. The stickers here were chosen to align with the resin doors with the rhinos, but all in all, it's a big chunky people mover, and that's all it's meant to do. It'll sit there from now on in all battles with its ordnance weapons on the side and just be a walking turret as I march everything else up the field as I see fit. The first set of Terminators I finished, these these chain fist ones. Now, there's a big difference between these and the rest of the unit, as these, I used a different clear coat on this. And this is a Vallejo matte. And oh my goodness, you can see the difference between here and the Vallejo gloss base used to do the wet mud effect. And so the rest of them look like they've been caught in the rain. They're sort of semi-gloss sheen. That's the Tamiya X20, and this Vallejo matte is just it looks so good. I think I might at one stage look at maybe just respraying from top down Vallejo matte on the rest of those, but I'll have to do an experiment first to see if it doesn't ruin or get white misty. Because sometimes when you use two different clear coats, they get misty. But yeah, the Terminators are nice. They got wiped out to a man last time. Hopefully next game not so much. And these are my big boys, the ones that I've spent so much time waiting and prepping on. Ordering these from Anvil Industries, hunting down these power swords. I still need 3. I still need to find 3 more if I want to finish this unit with the same. It's either that or have a mixed power swords, power axes. But they look so nice. These rocket packs for the Formantaris just look really, really chunky. One of the things I did do different from the rest of the lighter Mark 6 armour is that I only muddied these up to the shins. Because where these I would expect would be running around and being agile and darting this way and darting that way and fucking dodging bullets and standing up shooting and fucking lying prone. These things are more like boom, 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 walking slowly towards the enemy, so they wouldn't get a lot of splash marks further up. It's all on the legs, sort of a thing. That was my thinking, and why there's very little dirt and detritus any higher than the shin. Oh, I think they look great. I think that's good. I really like them, and this is my first entry into Horus Heresy World of 30k, 40k, and I've been thoroughly enjoyed. I think this is a fucking great hobby. It's certainly taken up a lot more of my time than I thought. This bloody Focke-Wulf has been sitting there waiting for its you can just see the lighter coats here, waiting for its camouflage pattern for nearly 3 months. But yeah, that's the box set as it stands. I'm so happy with the way it came out, and now I will show you with this everything that I've painted, my 2,500 point list. Now prepare yourself, because this is nothing you haven't seen before. 2 rhinos. 1, 2. Do these seem out of scale to them? To me, you're supposed to be able to fit 12 of them into here. The only way you're going to fit fucking 12 of them into here is with a blender. That I could see holding 20, 26. This, 5. The only way you're going to put them in there is if they're mushed. But, yeah, they don't look true scale to the rest of the army. Just quick observation. Anyway, those, Captain Claw, who will obviously get another challenge and fail miserably, and my 2 new Apocryphes. Now this one, come on, I might have to move him out of the way if I want to focus on it properly. This one got him finished and varnished last night, and my lovely cat Cricket jumped up and thought she'd be friendly. Come on, focus on the one in front. And cats being cats, rubbed up against him and turned him into cousin It from the Addams family. I'm not really sold on the white. Is a prick to paint. Fuck it, over, it's a prick. I'm not really sold on the blood stains. I think it might look a bit cartoony and corny, and corny. But that's the Mark IV. The Mark III, the stripe down the centre of the head, straight as I could get it. Tried tape with that. Seemed to work okay. And, you know, we earlier in the piece I said I scraped off all the death symbols because I didn't like all the skulls. Didn't notice this one up here. I'd go to a doctor who adorns his body with the remnants of dead people, wouldn't you? Anyway, have a look at that. Now, that's going to be my 2,500 point army. So, what I've got here is, this is just really rough maths, but it's accurate. All right, so for a troop, I got the 20-man unit at 308 points. Troop, I got the 10-man unit at 188 points. That's with the chain swords, the chain bayonets. Each 2 rhinos at 65 points each with all the trimmings: hunter, killer, missile, searchlight, bull bar, and twin bolters. All the trimmings. Then I got the tactical support squad with the rotor cannon at 245. Then in the elite spot, I have the 2 Terminators. I've got 4 Mentaris at 290. And then, funnily enough, more expensive is the ones with the chain fists. More expensive than 4 Mentaris. I wasn't expecting that. I've got heavy support, the Spartan, because I don't want that associated with the Terminators this time. Praetor, then I've got the Contemptor dreadnought with the twin autocannon, chaplain, and a single apocryphy for 70 points with a minor combi weapon. Now, what I haven't chosen to do yet is that everyone's maxed out. Like the sergeants have melter bombs, artificer armor. Each of the squads have, you know, vexillars or augury scanners and nuncio voxes. Everyone's maxed out. So if I choose to take the other one, I simply remove the $5 5-point multi combi weapon, and maybe 1 to 3 artificer armor, or, you know, grenade harnesses or something. But that's pretty much, that'll be as is with just 1 apocryphy. That's 498 points. 2,498. I'm also going to go with Stoic Defender, an additional shooting reaction, and pinning from the shooting for the unit the Warlord's attached in. And for the Rite of War, I'm going Pride of the Legion, which will also turn these 2 Terminators from their elite slots into troop slots. So I should be able to be on any objective game. Anyway, that's the box unveiling, and that is the entire army up to date. It's been 2.5 months since the very first video I've made of this, and this is my level of completion. It has been slow. It has been a slog. I've been held up with my beautiful child and just general life, you know, Christmas and New Year. So I haven't been pumping them out at a great rate of knots, but I have been enjoying it. This is a fucking brilliant hobby, and I'm just loving it. I really am loving it. But I've got another game coming up on Thursday, hopefully. Wish me luck with it, because by all accounts I'm going to need it. I've promised myself I am not going to buy or play Gilliman until I have 5 wins. So maybe I'll find a charitable soul who'll lose to me 5 times in a row just so I can buy the Primarch. But until then, I still haven't bought anything new, really. I have completely. I've still got the apocryphy. I've still got the Mortat to do. But yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a good 3 months. I am loving this game. I'm loving all the answers and all the notes and everything from all ears. Thank you for watching me ramble and carry on like a chook. I do appreciate it. You're absolute fucking champions. Take care of yourselves. Love the lot of yous. Ta-ra.